All right, and so before introducing all of the partners, just a quick intro for Olympus DAO for folks who are unfamiliar. We are a DAO governing the Olympus or OHM non-pegged floating algorithmic stablecoin, which seeks to be the reserve asset of decentralized finance. Users can bond assets to our treasury to receive OHM at a discount or buy on the open market. Once you have OHM, you can stake. Perhaps you've seen the 3 memes about staking for juicy APY. Growing the treasury through bonding increases OHM supply so we can emit and the risk-free value and backing. Buying OHM increases demand, which increases the price. We decided a few months ago to offer our bonding as a service to partner protocols to share our benefits of protocol-owned liquidity. Users deposit LP tokens and receive the native token of the partner protocol in return. This has been a breakthrough in DeFi for protocol-owned liquidity, aligning incentives of liquidity providers and protocols to the success of their token and project. Each speaker here is an Olympus Pro partner, though with all of the awesome projects Olympus has cooking, we look forward to many more opportunities to working with them, as well as everyone here in attendance in the near future. So enough from me, let's introduce our partners. So we're gonna go in order of launch date. So kicking things off, we have Hazard from KeeperDAO. Hazard, do you wanna do a quick intro and pitch of KeeperDAO?
Sure. Thanks for having me, everybody. So I'm Hazard. I'm a core contributor at KeeperDAO. I work in MEV engineering as well as in governance for our governance system. So KeeperDAO, we're building a protocol that sort of makes executing transactions on the blockchain easier, cheaper, more reliable than it is today. So today we all send our own transactions into something called the mempool. It's this big public database, and then we kind of hope for the best. Right? We hope they don't revert. We hope we're not going to get front run. We're not going to get sandwiched, stuff like that. And it doesn't always work out. And we know why it doesn't work out. So there are other people listening to the mempool, to that public database. There's sophisticated automation called keepers or searchers sometimes. These are basically bots. And they're far, far better at getting things executed than you are or I am, right? And they, along with miners, they can take advantage of your orders that are in the public mempool. And they can use that to make money sort of at your expense quite often. So it's estimated by Flashbots in their wonderful MEV Explorer tool that something like $750 million over the last 2 years, less than 2 years, have been wasted by this sort of activity. And that's sort of just a lower bound, really, and the number keeps growing. And this is a big reason why executing transactions on a blockchain, all things considered, kind of sucks. So we've taken this problem at KeeperDAO and we've sort of stood it on its head. We've said, that 750 million or however much money, it's essentially waste heat, right? So what if we could recycle it and dump that waste heat back into the system? So we take all that value, all those millions of dollars that are being wasted, and coordinate it so that you get most of it back in your pocket, except for some small amount. And then we use that small amount to pay these sophisticated keepers and searchers from before to execute your orders for you on your behalf. So they can do it better, smarter, they can move faster, they're more flexible, more adaptable. So you get better prices, you don't have to pay gas, you don't have to pay fees, you don't have to deal with MEV, and you get access to many different markets and sources of liquidity like you would with a router, like 1inch or something. So, and even with just that small amount that we leave over for them, these keepers, because of how wasteful it is in the public mempool, that small amount is actually more money than they would make doing this in the wild. So within our system, they can still make more money. So this is a win-win situation for users and for the keepers. So we have 2 big products live today. So we have a limit order trading protocol that you can use on our website, keeperdao.com. And we also have a lending product, a lending and borrowing aggregator that will allow you to have priority liquidation if you get liquidated, and will actually recollateralize you if your loan is in danger of defaulting and being liquidated, so that maybe you don't get liquidated at all. And then we have our big flagship product coming up called the coordination game, which is going to allow us to scale out to many, many different keepers and start really ramping up this execution network. So we have a DAO. It's very wonderful DAO, lots of great ideas. Our governance went live recently. We have a very large treasury of non-native assets, so Ethereum, Bitcoin, and stable coins. And our DAO's been very excited about starting to use that to continue to grow the protocol, grow the network, and grow the DAO. So you should come into our Discord, check us out, and try out some of our products.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Hazard.
Hazard, can you tell us a little bit about KeeperDAO, sort of liquidity mining, why Olympus Pro, and kind of looking forward?
Sure, yeah. So like M Stable, so at KeeperDAO, we really believe strongly in distributing the governance token for the DAO among the people who are actually using and participating and operating inside of the ecosystem, right? So at first, we really had no native liquidity mining program. We had a very successful, we still have, it's very successful Bancor pool, and also a Uniswap V2 pool and a Sushi pool, right? But the vast majority of our token distribution is through some sort of facilitation of the ecosystem. So users can deposit very highly liquid assets like wrapped Ether or REN BTC or various stablecoins like DAI to flash loan pools, which are used by the keepers to take arbitrage and execute orders and stuff. Users who have open interest in our lending aggregator, meaning they have outstanding loans or collateral on the books, receive a stream of governance tokens, similar to how Comp distributes their tokens or Compound. And then most importantly, probably users who have trades executed. So when you fill a trade or when a trade is filled on our aggregator system, you receive as sort of price improvement the value of your the MEV that was created through your order in our governance token, which is Rook. And so these have sort of been the primary way we've distributed our token, and we've definitely dealt with the mercenary capital problem. If you ask anybody in our DAO, they'll groan and start telling you their war stories. And that's really one of the reasons we're so happy to start this partnership now with Olympus Pro, because we have plans in our very soon products that will help this problem, introducing different kinds of liquid or utility and some more, let's say, stickiness, right, that can maybe help avoid some of this. But, development is hard, roadmaps are flexible. And so in the meantime, and even with that, I think that something like Olympus Pro is really an excellent way, probably the best way out there for us to improve the health of our liquidity and at the same time, give users one more way to really contribute and receive essentially governance tokens, right? Because it is a vital service. Providing liquidity is a vital service because it helps everybody involved and it makes for sort of a more vibrant community as well. And so, I think it's absolutely essential. So that's the primary reason we're so excited about this.
On to the next question, though, and we'll do this one popcorn style rather than in order. So a lot of ink has been spilled in recent months about a new wave of decentralized finance and the evolution of our space. From your personal and protocol lens, as well as potentially the lens of audience alpha seekers, what are trends and themes that you have your eyes on, and how does your protocol fit into this new wave?
I can speak at least from my perspective and from the KeeperDAO perspective. So one big thing that we're thinking about is that sort of this idea that sort of solidified over maybe the last 6 months that multi-chain future is really here to stay, right? And the thing is, though, it's not just multiple chains, right? There's more chains, yeah. There's also more layers, side chains. There's more settlement methods. So Flashbots, Relay, Eden. There's just native settlement, and many more will come, I'm sure. There's more liquidity fragmentation, right? There's more protocols, there's more pools, there's more pairs, there's just more assets and tokens, right? And then each token has its stake token or its escrow token, its voting token, right? So what we're looking at and thinking about quite a lot is, what protocols or what services or DAOs are going to actually benefit from this increasing complexity and are going to be able to use it to drive bigger and bigger scale for themselves and for the entire industry. That's what, at KeeperDAO, that's what we want to be. That's where we're aiming. That's the wave we're aiming to catch, is this wave of increasing sophistication, increasing complexity. And the DAOs that can afford to will need to take sort of an all of the above approach with these things rather than trying to pick winners. find ways to embrace all of this, and then to help boil it down for users, because all of this can be great for users, but it can also be pretty daunting, right? And so closing that gap, I feel like, is going to be one of the major tasks.
A Rust expert or a Solidity expert or an expert in any chain that Olympus is not on, we want to talk to you. But enough about Olympus. Hazard, for the Keeper folks out in the audience or the aspiring ones, what do you guys need right now and how can they get involved?
Yeah, so like everybody else, we pretty much need everything. So getting involved is really easy. You just go to keeperdao.com, or you can join our Discord. I'll just put a link in the channel there. We've worked a lot with our community. So I started out myself in the community, just as a holder of Rook in the Discord. And our governance is very new, and there's a lot of exciting proposals up. And so we welcome any assistance with that. We have treasury management needs. If you want to be a keeper or learn more about automation, it's a great way to learn about running a bot on Ethereum or any other network. There's a lot of people who know a lot about MEV, know a lot about orders and transactions and stuff like that. It's a great place to, learn and show off visual art, or we always need that because we're dealing with abstract concepts and stuff like that. Writing, technical writing, coordination, just everything, all of the above. And so, yeah, definitely join our Discord, say hello. Everybody's very friendly, and there's just a lot of work to do. And, we make sure to take care of anybody who wants to do some. So, yeah, please drop by, and hopefully we'll see you.
Thank you, sir. So to summarize to all of the folks that are in attendance, we all need help. We all need assistance. We're shaping the future of decentralized finance, the future of France. Please reach out if you think you have skills to contribute. We're not exactly expecting experts to hit the ground running. It's an opportunity to learn, to dive in head first, and again, to be part of a new wave, new future within finance. So again, I want to thank everyone who is in attendance. I want to thank all of our awesome Cohort 3 launch partners for the time today for an AMA.